In this chart, I will be analyzing the US30 indices. As you can see, I already have my setup placed out here, and I'm currently in a trade, and I also sent out a signal on the free signal channel on Discord. If you are not on it, you can hit the link in the description to join the channel. Right now, I'm looking at this US30 trade from a very interesting angle, and already you can see that I have an uptrend drawn out in this chart. Right, I have a situation where we had price breakout of this mini downtrend right here. So if we're to put these two together, we'll probably be looking at getting a symmetrical triangle situation, right? And then at the top here, I had a very major resistance zone that obviously price got broken out of, and then looks like price has come back again into that area and stuff like that. Now, what is significant about this trade for me, or this entry for me, is the fact that there is a H4 demand zone at this point as well. Now, this trade is, I entered this trade on a bullish move, right? And until price eventually hits my stop loss, I'm not going to change my mind about how I feel on this trade, because I had a very strong reason to believe that market was going to go bullish, and I'm still holding my ground until my decision, until market chooses to do whatever. Now, this is why I decided to go bullish on this particular trade. First of all, if you don't know me, know that I'm a pure price action trader. I do not trade using indicators, so it means that everything that I do on the chart is based on what the information that the market has provided for me, right? So with that in mind, it is very important for us to know that I took my trade based on pure price action. Now, you can see here that I highlighted my H4 demand. And the first time I properly analyzed these particular indices was with my guys in the trading lounge. The trading lounge is also a free space on Discord server, where we talk about charts at our spare time and prepare setups for the weeks and stuff, right? It's a very interesting place to be. So if you're not in it, still join the Discord in the description below, so you'd have access to that, and then free signals as well. All right. So at this area here of demand, I was anticipating price coming to this area to react, right? It's the same movement that is happening around the S&P 500. We're going to check it in a bit as well. We'll see how the market is moving in similar directions, right? So here, I expect price to come into this demand zone and react. And because I use price action, I work with everything. I'm working with the trend of the markets. I'm working with zones. I'm working with candlesticks. All of these things point out the actual direction for me to go. So here, I look deeply into this, and then I noticed that there's been a morning star candlestick pattern formed right here. And we know what a morning star pattern is. It signifies a reversal to the bullish direction. So market needs to be selling for a period first, or the morning star just needs to be formed at a point where we expect a reversal to the upside. And when it forms, it gives us an idea. Take notes. I said an idea, not a confirmation. It gives us an idea that we should be buying, right? And then of course, when we see that, it almost validates our initial buy vibe, and then we start looking for confirmation. So a confirmation, a typical confirmation on a trade like this would be waiting for a solid bullish candlestick that aligns with that move. So if you look here, you notice that 2 candles after it, we didn't get anything bullish, right? Even though we see an inverted hammer candlestick here, which is also a bullish reversal pattern, right? So it gives us like an added reason to believe that, okay, just maybe market could buy, right? And then afterwards, you see a solid bullish candlestick right here that confirms that bullish move for us. Now, I've taken an entry because I've seen that confirmation candle. I literally waited for the candlestick to finish forming, and then the moment it formed, I took my buy. A very popular place to set your stop loss in a situation like this is pretty much below the evening star, but because price is within the demand zone, I feel a safer space to actually set your stop loss will just be below this H4 demand. So I set my signal stop loss below the H4 demand, and then target profit just right here before price gets to this major H4 supply zone, and we'll see how market reacts around that zone. So this is a very, very simple price action setup. Everything purely based on the H4 time frame. I've not really done so much anywhere else, and it looks pretty simple to me. Now, if you notice, I also have highlighted here 2 tops. So we have a double top situation here, and then I'm like, worst case scenario, if things don't play out based on all of the analysis that I've done, there's a chance the market could come up to this neckline here, retest and sell. So validating this double top, and then what usually should happen when you find a double top, meaning if you find a double top, right, wait for price to break out of the neckline, which is this area here, wait for it to go back to a retest and then sell, right? That is valid, that is very valid, but I'm not going to ride with that, because before this double top was formed, I had already envisioned this move on H4. So I just don't want to allow the fact that this little distraction here forms to sway me from my original bias. It's possible that I will be wrong in this trade, right? And I'm okay being wrong, you get me? But I'm not going to change my bias now because I saw something new, and then everything else that I have had set up in the past has just been invalidated, because nothing has been wrong so far with the setup that I prepped out. It's still looking the way it should look, right? Price is still going in the intended direction. Until price comes down here to hit my stop loss, I'd still be very solid and confident in the trade. Now, anything can happen. I'm not here to say that my setup or my analysis on this trade is 100% and this is the only way the market will go. Of course, you know that price is always very unpredictable and anything can happen. So I am open to understanding that if price eventually goes the opposite direction, that's also good and fine, right? But until this trend line gets broken, I would not be in a sell on this trade, right? So I'm going to hold my ground for that bullish move and then see where the market takes us. Now, if for some reason it breaks out, then maybe we'll be looking at something different then. Then it's obviously would tell us that this double top is looking to dominate the markets, right? Breaking out of our major uptrend and things. And then maybe, just maybe, we might have another reason to look in a different direction. But for now, I'm still very solid on this bullish move. So yeah, that's it about US30. Now, if you go to the S&P 500, you know, I said that we had like similar moves. I also had this drawn out last week, but now something worries me in this particular trade. What worries me is the fact that I had a very solid uptrend here, but it looks like the trend line is about to be broken. Now, I'm not bothered about the trend line being broken. It has a similar move with US30 because you can see that there was a sort of like a double top here as well. It's actually very clear. And then, of course, you see the neckline, and we know the pattern, right? We need a breakout on the neckline, and then we need price revisiting it to confirm a sell and things like that. So now what worries me in this market, though, is the fact that price has broken out of this trend line. There's been no solid breakout yet, but it's looking like we have 2 minutes left for this particular candlestick to be formed. It's looking like this candlestick might close outside of the trend line, but the interesting thing about this trade now is the fact that all of these things are happening right within H4 demand. And right at the H4 demand, there is a solid hammer here, which is also called a bullish pin bar candlestick, which signifies a bullish move. And we can see the hammer forming at the H4 demand with an extra layer of confirmation with this bullish candlestick right here, immediately after the hammer. So these two things alone, right at this demand area, gives me a sense of a bullish move in this market. So if I'm to be going for a trade like this as well, I'll probably be aiming at, you know, I could have been in the buy previously, right? Seeing how price respected the demand zone right here. I could have been in the buy and just do something like this, where I would take my entry. Okay, if I were to be holding it on the buy, maybe I'll take my entry from here. It's not up to 1 to 2 if I'm going to be taking my target profits at this point, but it's still something good enough. But I can just automatically set a 1 to 2 risk to reward, right? But the safest place to just take profit to be just right here to see how market reacts around this zone, right? And then you could probably just set your stop loss a little tighter to put it below the hammer candlestick right here, which is actually solid, right? There's a very less chance that price will actually go below that hammer anyways, because that's what is probably going to be responsible for the reversal if price chooses to reverse at this H4 demand zone. So this will be good, and if we do it like this, we'll actually get our 1 to 2 risk to reward. So this is actually a very perfect solid trade, right? I could take this trade, right? I could take this trade and just see how market moves, and if at the end of the day price chooses to betray me, that's okay. You know, it's part of the game, right? We don't win all the time. Ultimately, what matters is, you know, having to have the right amount of risk management in play, right? We'll have conversations about risk management as we go on. So look out for videos from this channel. If this is your first time, do well to subscribe. And if you really enjoy watching what you've seen right here, hit the like button, drop a comment, and tell me how you feel about this video. So this is the S&P 500 and US30. You see that they have similar moves right now, and price is looking, you know, to play around the same zone and direction. So what is your bias on this trade? if you're watching this analysis and you have a different bias, or you're feeling this right now and you're feeling, you're feeling the same thing, let me know in the comments. If there's any pair you'd like us to take a look at, drop a message in the comments and I'll take a look at it with you. Also, if this is your first time here, know that we have the Trading Lounge. It's a space on the Discord server, and the link to the Discord is in the description. You can join the Trading Lounge and be a part of live trading conversations, because truth is, this video that I just made now, we've discussed it in the Trading Lounge, right? But I'm making this for the purpose of folks that haven't seen it or haven't joined the lounge, because the lounge session is not recorded, so it's a session you need to be in live, right? So if you're not in it, join it. The Discord server has a lot of amazing stuff. You get to share free signals. There's a lounge where you come in, chill, talk about charts, prepare setups for the week. So we have strong and powerful trading setups that we can all look at together and work with. It's a free space, a completely free space. It's a space where we accommodate all types of traders, beginners, advanced traders, all types of traders are welcome to the lounge. So feel free to join it with the link in the description. And I'll make another video showing you some other of my setups. So do well to turn on post notifications, so when I drop it, you'll see it. Some setups are about to finally play out, and I can't wait to see how they work, right? And then there are also some setups that I've played out, I've taken trades on, and you only know if you're on the Discord server. So remember to join with the link below. Alright, I'll see you again in the next one.